everyone, I thought I'd add a standing sequence to all the Pilates videos I'm doing. Normally we do these with a band, but you'll find even without doing them with the band, you'll still get some benefit. The standing sequences are for hips and glutes. We're going to roll down and do a bit of work for the abdominals. Remembering that everything is at your own risk and do what feels right for you. I'm determined to ignore any playful cats who seem to appear as soon as I start the video. So we're going to start with the feet hip width. Obviously you'll have done the warm up, so you'll know about the Pilates setup, pulling the belly in, lengthening up through the spine, hands to hips. Step forward onto your right leg, take the left leg back, bending your knee, make sure it doesn't fall in, push the knee out towards the little toe so you've got a nice squeeze in the glutes, pull up tight through the spine. And you're going to take the weight into the front leg, staying nice and upright, and then just gently lift the leg up and down behind. And we're going to do 10 of those. I think normally in the classes I say 8, but hey, let's go for 10, if I can remember how many I've done. I'm trying to keep the hips nice and square, so rather than take the hip back, push the hip forward as you do these. And then when we've done that on one side, we're going to switch to the other side. So step onto your left leg, take the right leg back, bend into the knee, and lift and lower. Cleo is currently battling with the rug. I think she's going to win as well. Okay, so as you can see again, I'm trying to keep the hips as square as I possibly can. And I'm breathing out as the leg lifts. And this is great for firming the glutes, really important to keep the glutes strong. It really does help to protect your lower back. Okay, when we've done these, let's take the feet out. So your heels are probably about shoulder width, your toes are turned out. Again, hands to hips. Or another way is to bring hand on top of hand in front, just to help keep a lift in the chest. You're going to inhale, and as you bend the knees, sit your hips back, and then as you exhale, push up through the feet to come back up. I'll show you from the side. So you inhale, hips push back, exhale, press up through. If you push up through the little toes, it helps to fire up through the glutes. Sit back as far as you comfortably can. Obviously a lot depends on flexibility in your ankles and in your hips, lower back. Belly is always braced, always pull the tummy in nice and tight. I'll do one more. Okay, and then from there, we're going to come down to the floor. Hands to thighs, Pilates roll down. Take a breath. As you breathe out, tuck your chin down to your chest. Start to roll your way down through the spine. Again, lifting the hips, pulling the belly in nice and strong. Bending the knees if you need to get the hands to the floor. Walking forward slowly, carefully. Knees hovering just above the floor. Just hold that for an in-breath and an out-breath. Chest forward, shoulders back. Lower your knees down. Okay, from here, we've already done some mountain climbers, so what we're going to do is come down onto the elbows. And elbows are underneath the shoulders. You're wrapping your hands around your upper arms, making sure the elbows are in the correct position. Then bring the fists slightly together, pull your shoulder blades down your spine, squeeze elbows and hips towards each other. As you do that, you'll feel a bit of a lift in the belly. Want to keep that lift going. This gets a bit tough. Knees at hip distance. Lift your belly off the floor and make sure you don't start to collapse into the spine or tense into the shoulders. Right, okay, from here, bring the knees in a little bit closer if you're struggling with this. It needs to feel challenging but achievable because it is going to get harder. So take a breath, and as you breathe out, right hand taps out to the side, inhale back in, exhale, left hand, inhale back in, exhale, inhale. And again, we're trying to keep the shoulders as still and as square as we can, and keep the lift in the belly. This is where you really start to feel the challenge in the core. When you've done that, bring your hips back down to the floor, nice and controlled. Stretching a bit through the abdominals. Then we're going to pull back up again. So again, squeeze elbows and hips towards each other. Squeeze the belly in nice and strong. And this time, lifting up onto, well, stay on your knees. You can lift up onto the toes, but we're going to tap one leg out to the side. Bring it back in, other leg. So you could do this with the knees off the floor, as long as you can maintain a good neutral spine. Whew. 4 or more, and then sit back. So there's an option to put the two together. Let's try that. Coming back down. Again, always start with that setup, so the core is engaged before you start. Hips lift, belly draws in strong, toes tuck under, one arm, one leg. So the focus is always on trying to keep your torso as still as possible while you shift from balance point to balance point. And ease back, child's pose. And then let's walk the hands back in, coming up, rolling up. Fantastic. Okay, and then one more standing sequence. So again, hands to hips. This time shift the weight into the left leg and take your right leg straight out to the side as you exhale. Try and keep that plumb line down through the centre line of the body. You can tap down if you need to. You can even tap out to the side if you find it difficult to balance. But if you can start using your balancing muscles, that's really going to help to strengthen your core. And just like we did in the lying sequence, what you could do, take the leg out to the side, circle it back in, out to the side, circle back in. Again, I'm drawing a capital D. Imagine your toes are up against a wall. So as you move the foot, the toes don't come any further than that line that you've got in front of your standing toes. This is good for hip mobilisation as well. Then we've got to do that all on the other side. So the whole time I'm trying to lift up through the spine, keep a squeeze in the belly. And even without the band, I can feel the work in my hips and glutes. You'll certainly notice it in the standing leg. Then we'll take the leg out, circle back in, take it out, circle in, hips square. Excellent work. Like I say, keep the belly squeezed in. Wonderful, and then when you finish that, I'll shake out the legs. And just to ease out through hips and lower back, draw one knee into your chest. And then the other. And we're done. Thank you.